moguls together at their meetings. They're all part of the club, you see. And they decided to terrify the public because the public weren't taking it serious enough. They had no interest in going to war with Germany, you see. But there was a rule that had a different idea. And so they decided to threaten it. They had on all their papers at the same time. A big blitz of a gas mask so that you're all going to get gas from the air. And it's so beautiful too because they use the taxpayers to terrify themselves by you, the taxpayer, paying for the gas masks. The taxpayer paid for them. And it was their private companies all along the same thing. The war chosen. It's very astonishing. Anyway, everybody had to, before the war started, enjoy it, carry this gas mask and just little cycle around with them. Or you'll find if you didn't. And children had them too. And this is all before the war started. We called it a phony war initially. Because nothing was happening. Right anyway. And then they had them all tearing up trenches in London. To again get it through their thick heads, as I say. There's going to be a war coming. You've got to be on board with this war. You've got to hate the enemy, because you can't. It's hard to kill folk that you don't hate. So you drum up hate and you debase them into inferior beings, nasty beings, dehumanize them. But you're working out frantically, putting all the papers, photographs of these gangs of guys digging up trenches in the middle of this. What good would they be when you get bombed from overhead? They're of no use at all. It was an exercise in terror. And quickly went through that, admitted it. Nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed. We're always we're kept in fear of financial crashes. We're kept in fear as your dollar or pound or whatever currency you're on. You need more and more numbers to buy the same things. And basics, like I read the articles years ago to do with austerity and part of the Agenda 21 plan for the world. And the United Nations plans to bring the Western world into austerity, being in a form of poverty. Gradually, until all your money's going to go to energy costs, the Technocracy Inc. deal, you see. And you have some of the descendants of the Technocracy Inc. group running the world today in energy. Because everything's in energy units, and everything you earn is basically energy units, which are spent on buying energy units, which is electricity, gas, or food, or anything else. Everything is energy. Whole plan, we're living through it. But yeah, austerity is what it'll bring us into eventually. It's quite fascinating at this very time, isn't it? To understand this. And I get to talks back in the 90s. Bringing China in full time as the most favoured nation, trading status partner for the West. That was what they called it. They signed it. All your leaders of politics signed for your factories to move to China under this wonderful free trade deal. Knowing there'd be no employment for all the folk that worked in factories when there's no factories there. It was an incredible, horrific time for people. Especially those that were getting older, looking forward to their retirement. And factory after factory closed down. And we paid, our tax money paid to uproot them and transfer them to China. And we paid for up to 15 years, they said. If those corporations said that they hadn't got full production up and full profit levels up, we paid the difference. Isn't that a beautiful deal with our wonderful, wonderful democracies? And the States is a democratic republic, they call it. And I can remember too, when James Goldsmith came over and talked to the Senate, what a great speech he gave, telling them about the free trade and the NAFTA deal, which is all part of it. The NAFTA deal, which is now the US MCA deal. So it's the same thing, only it's the next stage towards it for integration of the Americas. The same deal as for the European Union had, you see, that's what it is. I'm so sick of over the same stuff. To me, it's just old hats. You can battle through it, and I knew what was happening at the time. But I knew, but getting evidence. Do you really think that all these think tanks that ran up and the Council on Foreign Relations that